Hi everybody and welcome. Today's collar is going to be a adjustable dog collar, and I will be using a Thane adapter for it. This collar is also going to be themed after the Winter X Games, which I believe start on the 23rd of this month. And if you don't know anything about the Winter X Games, I can leave some links below for you guys to check out. It's just a really... The best thing about the Winter X Games is, at least for me, is all the athletes from all over the world get along so well with each other, and they're always uplifting each other to do better. And I really like their sportsmanship. Plus, I really like, the snowboarding and the skiing and all that. I like watching it all. So if you are interested in that kind of stuff, check out the links below. And if you watch it, I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. So for the supplies for this project, like I said earlier, we're going to be using a Thane adapter. If you are unfamiliar with an adapter, I'll leave a link below. I show you guys how you can make your own. You can use Thane, which I prefer more because of the color range that you have with it, but you can also use leather as well. And I've used both, but I really do like how the variety of colors that you have with the Thane. It's also waterproof, it's very sturdy, and is super easy to clean. For the cords that we're going to be using today, I have my double cow's hitch hookup to this 550 Methan cord. And if you're not familiar with how to do a double cow's hitch, I will leave another link below for you guys. You can follow along with that. I show you how to do it on these square rings that I use for my adapters, and I show you how to do it on a quick release buckle as well. And if you're not familiar with how to set it up on your jig, I do go over that as well. So again, I'm using 550 in this Methan cord, and I'm also going to be using 2 550 white, 1 550 Clonal Blue, and then I'm using this blue glitter. It's a hollow, it's gutted. So I'm going to be using all those today. So the first cord that I'm going to be adding is one of the white cords. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just loosen up my cow's hitches just a little bit. And I want to go right in between those two cow's hitches. So I'm going to go right through both cow's hitches just like that. I'm going to pull this cord to the other side and bring the middle of the cord to the top of my work. The next cord that I'm going to be using is this blue glitter cord. And like I said earlier, this is a hollow cord, so it's been gutted. It comes like that. And what I want to do here is the exact same thing that I just did with the white. I'm going to go through those two cow's hitches and bring the middle of the cord to the top of my work. The next cord that I'm going to add is the other white, and what I want to do is I want to find the middle of the cord and I want to fold it over and make a little loop. I'm going to go down my square ring, so I'm just going to go down that ring, and I want to bring that loop towards the front. So I'm just going to grab onto it and bring it towards the front, right in between the two cow's hitches, right in the middle. I'm going to take these ends of the white and I'm just going to pull them down that loop, and you're making another cow's hitch with the white. Before you pull it super tight, you're going to take your Clonal Blue now, and what you're going to do here is take your end and you're going to go right through the white cow's hitch, just right through that one, and bring the middle to the top of your work, and then you can just tighten everything up. Alright, once you have everything nice and tight at the top, we can get started. I did roll up all of my ends, and I do suggest that because it does make it a little bit easier to weave with. So I'm going to be starting with my methane on my right side, and I'm going to take this and I'm going to go underneath this first cord, right up the middle, and then over the second cord on my left. I'll be taking the cord on my left now, go underneath my first cord, which is now on my left, right up the middle, and then over that second cord on my right. Now I'm going to take my white on my right side, and because you're working with two whites, I did not do this. I do suggest you roll up one white a little bit larger than the other, and that's what I'm going to do real quick, because it makes it easier when you are like in the middle of everything, trying to get everything done, and you know which ones to grab. So I'm going to make these two white on my top a little bit bigger of a roll up than these smaller ones on my bottom. So I changed my top roll to be just a little bit bigger than my bottom white. So I'm going to take my smaller bundle of white now on my right side and go underneath all of my work and right up the middle. So you're going to go underneath and right up the middle. Underneath, right up the middle. You have this loop that you made on your right side, you're going to go down that loop. Take your white on the left side, the smaller bundle, go underneath your work again, come right up the middle, underneath, right up the middle, and then you have this loop on your left side. That doesn't want to stay out of my way. You have this loop right here on your left side, you're going to go down that loop. Now you're going to find these two horizontal pieces of methane in the middle, and you're going to pick up on those just a little bit. You're going to take your glitter cord now and you're going to go over and around those two horizontal pieces, and you're going to come out the right. So go over and around and out the right. Take the one on the left now, and you're going to go over those two horizontal pieces again, but you're going to come out the left. Go over and around and out the left. Now you're going to take your Clonal Blue on your right side, and you're going to go over those two horizontal pieces but right up the middle. So go over and right up the middle. And then you can drape it down. Take the one on the left. You're going to go over those two horizontal pieces, around and right up the middle. So go over and around and up the middle. Next, you're going to take the white larger bundle on the right side. And what you want to do here is you're going to go and find those two horizontal pieces, but on the other side of your Clonal Blue. So you just go into the right of the Clonal Blue, find those two horizontal pieces, and you're going to go over and around, and you're going to come up on the left side of your working cords. So you're basically coming right up between your white and your Clonal Blue. So go over and around and right up, and you're in between your Clonal Blue and your white, and you can drape that one down. Go to the other side of the Clonal Blue on the left, go all the way to the left of that, and you're going to take your left white and you're going to go over and around, and you're going to come up on the right side of your working cord, so you'll be in between the white and the Clonal Blue. Over and around, right up, and then you're right in the middle of the white and the Clonal Blue, and then you can tighten it up. Once you have it tightened up, we can start that weave all over again, and I'm going to be starting off on my right side. I'm going to take my methane on my right, I'm going to go underneath that first cord, right up the middle, over that second cord. Take the one on the left now, go underneath the cord that you just worked, underneath the first cord, right up the middle, over the second cord. Next I'm going to take the smaller bundle of white on my right, go underneath your work, right up the middle, and then down that loop on your right. Take the one on your left, go underneath, right up the middle, down this loop on your left. Now I'm going to find those two horizontal pieces in the middle, and I'm going to pick up on them a little bit. I'm going to take my glitter cord on my right, and I'm going to go around and out the right. Over, around, out the right. Take the one on the left, go over and around, but you're going to come out the left. Next I'm going to take the white now on my right side, the larger bundle, and I'm going to go over those two horizontal pieces, and I'm going to come right up the middle. So go over and around and right up the middle, and then drape it down. Take the one on the left, you're going to go over and around right up the middle. Over, around, right up the middle. Now you're going to take your Clonal Blue that is on your right side. Make sure that they're not all twisted, because it can happen. You're going to go to the right of your white, find those two horizontal pieces. You're going to go over and around, and you're going to come up in between the white and your working cord. So go around, come up, and now I'm in between my white and my Clonal Blue. Go to the left of the white, find those two horizontal pieces again, take your Clonal Blue, and now you're going to go around and up, and you'll be in between your Clonal Blue and your white, and then you can tighten it up. Once you have it tightened up, you're going to just continue doing that same weave again. So I'm going to start on my right, and we're going to take my methane, and I'm going to go underneath the first cord, right up the middle, over that second cord. Take the one on the left, go underneath the cord that you just worked, and sorry about that. So you're going to go underneath the cord that you just worked, right underneath the first cord, right up the middle, over that second cord. And you're going to take your smaller bundle of white on your right now, and you're going to go underneath, right up the middle, and then down this loop on your right. Take the one on the left, go underneath, and then down that loop on your left. Find those two horizontal methane pieces again. Take your glitter cord. You're going to go over and around and then out the right. Take the one on the left, go over and around, but out the left. Next, you're going to take your Clonal Blue. You're going to do the same weave that you did when you first started. You're going to go over and around, and you're going to come straight up the middle. So go over and around and straight up the middle. Take the one on the left, go over, around, and straight up the middle. And then take the white on the right. Put these down. Now you're going to take your white on your right, and you're going to go over to the right side of your Clonal Blue, and you're going to find those two horizontal pieces, and you're going to go around them, and you're going to come up in between the the Colonial Blue and your working cord. So go over and around and then come up. Then the one on the left, you want to be on the left side of that Colonial Blue. You're going to go over and around, and you're going to come up in between the Colonial Blue and your working cord. So go over, around, and then up, and then you can tighten it up. So this is what it's starting to look like so far, and I wanted to explain something real quick before I carry on with the rest of this collar. When you're doing your weaves and you get to the point where you're at the white and the Colonial Blue, if you get confused on which one you're supposed to grab, you're always going to grab the one that is on the outer side. That's the one that's going to go around and right up the middle. And then the ones that are coming out here at the top, the Colonial Blue, those are the ones that are going to go from the the right of your white to go around the two horizontal cords, and the left will go all the way to the left and go around those two horizontal cords. I hope that helps with any kind of confusion that you might have. So you'll always be grabbing these first and then working them, and then you'll drape these to the side and then work them. And then these white ones will come back up into the middle, and it'll just keep on going like that. So I'm going to continue this collar until I get to the end, and I will show you guys how to do the tie off and what it looks like when I have the biothane attached. Alright guys, I'm at the end of my collar, and I took it off the jig, and now we can just we can weave in the ends. So I'm going to be starting with my two white that are directly on the top. What I want to do with both of those white is, you have a small hole right here in between the two cow's hitches. You're going to want to go through that hole with both white that are coming out of the top. Once you have those two through the hole, you're going to take your Colonial Blue now and make sure they're not crossed. I'm going to take the one on the right. You have this hole right here on your right side. You're going to stick that one through the right. You have the hole on the left. You're going to stick that one through the left. And then you're going to take your glitter cord and you're going to put that through that hole on your right side. And then take the one on the left and you'll put it through that left hole on your left side. And now we can tighten everything up, and we can start to cut and melt everything. Alright, before we cut and melt everything, I do want to weave the two glitter cords through a stitch back here in the back. I just want to just pull it through, and then I will cut and melt the other top cords. I'll melt them on top of them. The glitter cord does not melt. It catches on fire, so you don't want to burn it. And I'm just going to go through one of the stitches in the back. And okay. And I will do the same for the other cord as well. Okay, so now that I got them weaved to the back, we can cut and melt everything. So I like to start on my sides, and I'm going to start on my side. I'm going to cut about a quarter of the way up of an inch, maybe a little bit longer. I like to frame out. I think it creates a better cap on them. And then I'm going to melt the top one first. Whoops. then I will squish it down just like that. I'll do the next one. Now I'm going to do the other side the same way. Once we have the sides done, we're going to work on the middle. And I'll start with my Clonal Blue first. I'm going to cut it, fray it out, and then I'm going to melt it, and I'm going to push it down on like half on the glitter and then half on the color part. Just like that. I'll do the same on the other side, and then for the white I'll just cut them and squish them down as well. Once you're done with that, what you can do is, if you want, you can hook up your Thane adapter now and use it. I do like to put a little bit of Gorilla Glue on my ends here. I use clear non-foaming Gorilla Glue, and what I'll do is I will just put a little bit on the ends that I melted in the middle and on the sides and smear it around with my finger. So I'm going to do that, and when I have it dried, I'll put it, and once it dries, I will show you guys what the finished look looks like with the Thane on.